As a trader, I'm always searching for strategies. I'm searching for strategies that work. I love backtesting. I think most of us like to backtest strategies because we're always searching for the holy grail, right? We're searching for that holy grail trading strategy that's practically guaranteed to work in the long run and guaranteed to make us large sums of money. And what I've been playing around with recently is backtesting a strategy based off of the NASDAQ. So typically when we think about trading the NASDAQ, many of us will trade QQQ, which is the NASDAQ 100 ETF. In fact, just simply buying and holding shares of QQQ for a long-term passive investment is a sound strategy because the NASDAQ 100 is mainly tech stocks. Tech drives the market higher. The NASDAQ, it just goes up, right? It just goes up over and over again every year. You know, it's just going straight to the moon. So why not just buy and hold shares of QQQ? Well, the problem for me why I don't want to do that is because that strategy is available to everyone. Anyone can passively invest with buying shares of QQQ. Most people do that, right? Millions of people around the world have got, trillions of dollars probably invested in this thing. And, I want to do better than all those people just sitting in QQQ. So what is a way that I can leverage trading QQQ and make multiples of what most people are making? Well, I could use the triple leveraged QQQ. So that would be TQQQ, which is the triple leveraged bull ETF. So this is your long ETF, right? Or I could use the SQQQ, which is the inverse triple leveraged NASDAQ ETF. So what these are, the TQQQ and the SQQQ, they are 3 times levered QQQ. So for example, if I go back to the chart of QQQ, when it goes up 10%, TQQQ goes up 30%. Now, of course, there's a downside to that, right? So if QQQ goes down 10%, TQQQ goes down 30%, right? So it's 3 times the volatility, right? So that's great. On the reward side, you get 3 times the money. The downside is you're taking 3 times of the risk as well. And SQQQ, of course, is the inverse of that. Now, there's some things we need to be aware of if we're going to use these triple leveraged ETFs. They have a volatility drag. So their price always decays. In the case of SQQQ, it's always going to head to zero. It's just the nature of the product. TQQQ would also always head to zero, except because it's based off of QQQ, and in QQQ's NASDAQ, it's so strong, it overcomes that volatility drag. So it's never really going to get to zero, but it still has a drag to it. It's not something you typically want to hold long-term shares in. Like if you were going to just buy and hold for a passive investment, QQQ would be where you want to put your money. And if you want to triple leverage it, just buy 3 times as much QQQ as you would TQQQ. But this is again a worse product for a long-term passive investment just because of that volatility drag. But in my case, I want to actively trade them. I want to be in TQQQ when the market is bullish, like right now, and I want to switch over and be in SQQQ when the market is heading down, so that would have been in this period here. Remember February, March, April of this year when the market was pretty much crashing? Well, I would have done well being in SQQQ for those 2 or 3 months. So I wanted to come up with a strategy on how to trade these things. So basically what I was thinking is my strategy would be I would take a look at the QQQ chart, and I've got an EMA ribbon, so some exponential moving averages. I have 5 of these, right? And when the ribbon is in a bullish setup, meaning that they're stacked the way they should be, you just get long TQQQ, right? The triple leveraged long ETF. But when the QQQ chart, when the EMAs flip over, when they cross over, that's when I would get long the SQQQ, right? Get out of TQQQ and go into SQQQ, and vice versa when the EMA ribbon flipped back over, right? So how was I going to backtest this, right? That's a complicated backtest. So I went to ChatGPT and told ChatGPT exactly what I just told you. Hey, I want you to create a backtest strategy for me. I want a script that would test TQQQ and SQQQ based off a chart of QQQ using the EMA averages, the 8, the 13, the 21, the 34, and the 55. And based on the EMAs, I will get long either TQQQ or SQQQ, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, this was great because I really wasn't sure what was going to happen with this. ChatGPT said, hey, you want me to write a Python script for you? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? It wrote this fantastic Python script that uses the Y Finance library, Y Finance, Yahoo Finance. So there's a Python library that basically pulls data from Yahoo Finance, which is probably the best source of free stock market information on the internet. So that makes sense. It also uses Pandas and NumPy, which are data analysis, data science libraries. It also included Matplotlib, which gives me a graph. And based off of that, we came up with the following script. And if I run the script, and here's the results. Let me move my head out of the way. So we get this very nice graph here, right? So this is really cool. So we start with $10,000 and then it compared our TQQQ and our SQQQ strategy using the EMAs, right? That's the purple line. The orange line is buy and hold TQQQ, so the triple levered long QQQ, and then buy and hold QQQ itself is the blue line. We start with 10 grand, and what did we end up? Well, in QQQ, we end up taking 10 grand to nearly 60 grand in the matter of about 10 years, right? A little less than 10 years. That's fantastic returns, by the way, on buy and hold QQQ. Why wouldn't you just do that? And then buy and hold TQQQ, we turned 10 grand into almost $250,000. Wow. So that's great. Overcoming the volatility drag of the triple levered ETF, just buying and holding was great. But how did our EMA strategy do? Well, we turned 10 grand into $477,000. Now, think about that, right? And that is in 10 years, 10 grand to nearly $500,000. Now, can we reliably trust this back test? Well, probably not, right? So this was something, again, I asked ChatGPT to create this script, and initially all it did was it just gave me a graph, right? And then later I asked for these metrics, and then later I decided I needed to actually verify this stuff. So I need the trades. So that way I can go back and manually verify that these trades actually work, right? So what I did is I had ChatGPT eventually give me a trade log, right? That way I could actually see the trade log. I can see that on this date, it took the short Qs. On this date, it took the long Qs, right? And I could see what the price of those tickers were at the time, the entry price, the exit price, what the P&L was, and what my total equity was after the trade. So I can actually manually go and verify that those trades worked. It also, I had to add this as well because I want to be able to import this into a spreadsheet. So I told it to also save all of this output to a trade log, a comma separated value log, so CSV. And then from there, what I could do is I could go into, for example, my spreadsheet program that I use, LibreOffice Calc. And since it's saved to that, as soon as I ran the script, I would open, let me go into my home folder, and it saved it to trade log CSV. And let's actually see how this looks. I haven't actually opened this yet. And there we go. Let me zoom in a little bit if I can here. I don't know the key binding to zoom in this particular program. Let's see, zoom 150%. There you go. So there is our log, saved to a spreadsheet, basically. So I have had a blast backtesting with this tool, right? So since creating that script, I have played around with other scripts, including backtesting other products other than just doing the triple Qs, right? I've also tested this using the triple levered, or actually they're twice levered GDX ETFs. So GDX is your gold miner sector ETF. You guys know GDX. It's popular trading vehicle, right? So this is the gold mining sector ETF, where there are bullish and bearish levered ETFs. Nugget is the 2x gold miners to the upside, right? And Dust is the 2x inverse gold miners. And naturally, I had to create a script to test it as well. So it's going to be similar, right? So I get the purple line is our EMA strategy. So it's the same strategy using Nugget and Dust versus buy and hold GDX and buy and hold Nugget. So buying and holding Nugget doesn't really work. If I move my head out of the way, it just really went nowhere. So the volatility drag of the levered ETF hurt this product. It doesn't have nearly the kind of positive drift that the Qs have. So Nugget, that volatility drag, killed it, right? But GDX, just buying and holding GDX over the last, in this case from 2018, it was the starting date, actually worked out pretty well. And our EMA strategy on Nugget and Dust worked out about the same as just buying and holding GDX. So it actually performed about the same. The one thing I will say, our EMA strategy really would have greatly outperformed had we not had this period right here. So that's the COVID crash, right? And the gold price, gold was all over the place during the COVID crash. It spiked up really hard and then came back down. And the GDX, the miners, obviously being part of the stock market, also suffered as part of the stock market crash. So if we could have not got hurt as bad on that one little short period in 2020, we would have greatly outperformed buying and holding GDX, but that is part of the test, so it stays on the graph. And I also wanted to backtest a strategy with the bonds using their levered ETF. So I did a backtest on TMF and TMV. So those are the triple levered ETFs that are based off of TLT, the 20-year bond ETF. TMF is the triple levered long. TMV is the triple levered inverse. And how does that strategy work? Well, bonds are a very different kind of animal, but you know what? The EMA strategy worked on it. The EMA strategy actually does really well. So since 2019, so we did this shorter dated because some of these products didn't exist. So I had to choose different dates on all these back tests. But starting in 2019, we turned 10 grand into about 41. So we 4x'd our money on bonds, right? That's not bad. Buying and holding TLT was the benchmark, and it turned 10 grand into less than 9. So we lost money buying and holding TLT, and TMF's performance is really bad because the volatility drag on the bond ETFs are going to, the triple levered ETFs are going to be really bad because they just don't move. The fact that those products just don't move as much, they're not as volatile as something like QQQ, right? They get killed from that volatility drag that's part of the leveraged ETF calculation. So I have been loving playing with these scripts, right? I'm going to keep playing around with some of these scripts. Of course, I'm going to need help from ChatGPT and Claude. I've been asking Claude a lot of questions about Python scripting and some of these, like the Y-Finance library and the Pandas library and some of these data analysis Python libraries that are used to create these scripts, because this is all brand new to me. Until a few days ago, I had never played with this kind of backtesting strategy or scripting to actually backtest trading strategies. I just assumed it was going to be something really difficult. And with the use of ChatGPT, it hasn't been difficult at all. I got up to speed on this really quickly, and it's something I would suggest you guys look into as well. Anyway, food for thought, guys. Peace.